What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? It's your man Dre Mac with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. This time, straight up live show. I kind of miss you guys, especially, you know what I'm saying, doing the live, you know what I mean? With the core group, you know what I'm saying? Me, you, and us forever. But y'all know what it is, man. It's your man Dre Mac. About to get into it. What's up? D Stizzle is in the house. What's going on, partner? Um, I want to get into. I didn't get to because I had a lot of things going on last week. Work and things that's going on with that. I am a UEW brother. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody, especially the ones who are picketing and striking for better wages and everything. So shout out to all my union brothers and sisters out there that is out there right now trying to fight for better wages for us. This is a good time for me. Um, Normally I have the premiere come on at 11. But I was just tired. I worked you know what I mean, on Saturday, and that was interesting. That was very interesting. Put it more like that. So I didn't get to do a breakdown on Ahsoka, whatever. It's been a lot going on. You know what I mean? So of course, I had the Jonathan Majors news, and I'm going to go over some more additional stuff with Jonathan Majors because there's just so much hypocrisy that's going on with him, and I kind of want to get into that. But shout out to everybody who has came in to the live stream. What's up, Perp Minded? What's going on? Salute to you, Perp Minded. There's just so much going on right now. Shout out to Chill because Chill was on earlier. Shout out to Blue. Blue know good and well that we gonna have a show later on tonight. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you come later on tonight with the Blurred AF. You know what I'm saying? Experience with me, Blue, and Mika G. We're gonna be doing our thing live tonight. But this is just me, you know what I'm saying? The crew, you know how we do it, you know what I mean? So you already know how we get it down. The real question is, okay. Let's get this thing started. Now, anybody who has played Jedi Fallen Order, please tell me how to get off it. I'm on what I'm on, Dathomir or whatever. Dude, I'm stuck. This is the first time I played Jedi Fallen Order. You know what I'm saying? If y'all can see that, you know what I'm saying? We got a little play by play going on in the back. If I'm playing Jedi Fallen Order, I'm in the cave, like that cave area where you can go and explore the old ruins and moving the balls and all of that. Man, I have no idea how to get the hell up out of there. So if anybody who played Jedi Fallen Order could help a brother out, please help a brother out. I don't know how to get out of here. I played that game for like 5 hours, stuck. So help a brother, please. But okay, so I want to talk about this whole Jonathan Majors thing. With the people saying, "Oh, the fight is a PR stunt." Do you go? Hold on, wait a minute. What did you say? D Sizzle, did you go there early or later? Are you talking about that area that I'm stuck in? When did I go in there? It's the second, whatever the second. Okay, after you get out, after you go through the tutorial, you go through the first planet. Then you got to go meet the dude who give you all that wisdom, and then you go into that place where you move the balls and in the wind and all of that, and you kind of slide down, all of that. I'm stuck down there. That's where I am. I'm stuck down there, so I don't know where to go and how to get out of there. That's where I'm at. But anyway, let me get it to, because I'm about to pull some information up, you know, uh, this whole thing with Jonathan Majors in the way that I'm sorry, the way that black people are attacking Jonathan Majors and making fun of him, and then you know, some of the YouTubers are even doing it with this. It's pissing me off. It's pissing me off. And I'm trying to get through all because I was having a hard time with the Chiefs yesterday too, because they was pissing me off more than the people from Jonathan Majors was pissing me off. Uh, it's funny. We talk about this whole thing with Jonathan Majors, right? We are, we is the ones as the YouTubers that are fighting so hard to make sure that Jonathan Majors gets a fair shake. And with all the information out there, watch how if you're noticing, the media outlets are only picking and choosing what they want to show. That's what excuse me. They're picking and choosing what they want to show right now. And what's pissing me off with this is that it's going against the actual narrative. They want to place Jonathan Majors in this narrative of this guy is just phony baloney now. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that. Let me see where. Oh, okay, that's the wrong one. Okay, that's the reason. I guess that's the reason why it didn't pop up. They're trying to paint Jonathan Majors in this light that he's just, phony baloney. Everything he's doing is a publicity stunt. Remember, dating Megan Good is a publicity stunt, right? Is Brandon in the back? Dating Megan Good was a publicity stunt. Nobody believed him. Oh, how convenient that even though the whole thing started with an argument between him and the girl about who was sexing, it so happened to be Megan Good. And remember, oh my God, she went from a pastor to this guy who, quote unquote, puts his hands on women, even though that was just allegations. Remember, it was allegations. You know what I mean? Oh, look what he's doing. She went and dated from the preacher to the abuser. And they had all this rhetoric for him, even though information came out later and later and later about how he was innocent in this situation. They kept bringing up the narrative because this narrative of believe all women is detrimental. I'm sorry. I would say the same thing if it was believe all men. I'm going to give you why this is detrimental. This is detrimental because when you start saying believe all women, you have room to have people come in who do not like men whatsoever. I'm not even talking about black men. I'm talking about men in general, right? Who would love to see a man's downfall to boost up women. And then false allegations. This is how you get from the people who are crying wolf to the real victims. There's real victims out there that I stand up for. But I'm not standing up for no cry wolf ass motherfuckers. I'm telling you that right now. Take it however you want to. I don't care. But what I'm not going to do is, get into this narrative of believe all women. And then people out there doing false allegations, creating stories, creating narratives or whatever that are detrimental to men also. Just like I wouldn't want the same thing where they have this rhetoric that are just detrimental to women. No, I want fair, equal. I want it fair across the board. And what they have done is they have painted a narrative of Jonathan Majors. And this narrative, and I'm going to blame folks like the Shade Room and all these other places that paint these narratives to be like, look what black men, especially when black men date outside of their race. Because I truly believe he wouldn't go through half of the shit that he was going through right now if that woman didn't look more Caucasian than she is. Because she's, Iranian and British. You know what I'm saying? if this woman was, you know what I'm saying, a dark-skinned woman, a black woman, I don't think you will be going through this. Look how we treated, how the media does not say the same thing about Krishan and Blueface. You don't see major media outlets with like, this is kind of detrimental and hurtful. You have two black youngsters who are just literally as toxic as you. They're literally toxic crusaders, to throw back an old school term. They're toxic as shit. But yet, there's no narrative, even though we've known them to have domestic violence situations. There ain't nobody out here, you know what I'm saying, just going hard at them like that and saying Blueface needs to be locked up because the way he treats Krishan or the opposite or whatever. We think that's that's okay. That's perfectly normal. But a black man who dates outside of his race, that's an issue. And then look at black people. As soon as they found out it was making good, look, here come the black woman saving the black man again. Won't you go back to your snow bunnies and yada, yada, yada. You see all of this rhetoric that we put, not only from the mass media, not only from the media that is out there, what we do. And then we go on the shade, we go to the shade room and see one thing the shade room didn't do, and I pointed this out on my last video. Shade room didn't show you the 4 minutes of the little over 4 minute video of the woman that Jonathan Majors avoided 8 minutes after their quote unquote fight, to redistribute the narrative. Like, look, Jonathan Majors didn't do anything. Look at this. Look at from this angle. Look at this. They didn't do that. Major news cycles didn't want to show you the video. Breaking news. Jonathan Majors' accuser appears not to be harmed in a new video by the Business Outsider. This is why I'm going to give you, and I'm going to get to this video in just a second, but I'm going to give the Business Insider, because the Business Insider doesn't have to do celebrity news and entertainment. It's the Business Insider. But Laura Italiano had no problem making sure that the truth gets out. Again, that's the Business Insider. We're talking about business news. And they're the ones who say, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's put out real information, because everybody else, Rolling Stones included, and I got some shit for Rolling Stones too, but this is what they put out to paint a narrative. And when you paint this particular type of narrative, it changes the way that people perceive said person. This is why you have to be careful of what you ingest, especially people who just stick on social media all day and all night long. All they do is watch TikTok videos. All they do is sit and watch every YouTube video and go down a rabbit hole. It starts to change the way of logical thinking. And now you're influenced by the way that these people are painting this narrative. Instead of looking at what is the truth, what is the absolute truth. And that's what I'm about to get into here in just a second. D says, let me get to yours. He said, you can't finish each planet on the first try for the story reasons. You need specific. Okay. Yeah, I'm just stuck. I'm gonna get through this Jedi Fallen Order, but I'm just stuck. You gave those sites the bitches again. Oh, yeah, I wasn't playing. They had no problem sharing the restraining order news. No, they don't have. See, again, this is what the media does, especially when it comes to black men, especially when it comes to a narrative. I seen this narrative now. I didn't get all into the Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion. I didn't get into all of that. But I know that there's way more information that has not been told. But since they want to paint a narrative, you know what I mean? Because especially when it comes to protect black women, they really going to make sure that they go hard and paint a narrative. Instead of just, what is the truth? I don't care if it's black, white, or indifferent. What is the truth? But with Jonathan Majors, is really they hung on his hat because he dated outside of his race. So he was public enemy number one. It was all good when it was the S, was when he was taking his picture in front of S's. But then even some of them was like, "Ooh, why do you have on this outfit? He looks zesty," and yada yada yada. Again, destroying the image of a man. like that's not a man. From the words of Kevin Samuels, y'all destroy the image of a man like he's not a man. That's still a man at the end of the day. But yet everything is a joke. Everything is ha. Everybody want to be Bernie Mac on social media, because as funny as you get, the more likes you get, the more people follow you on social media, because that's all you care about is clicks and likes. You don't care if you destroy a man in the process. You don't care if you destroy the man's career in the process. No, as long as you can be funny, as long as you can get you giggle, as long as you can have engagement, no matter if it's detrimental or not. Shade Room, Grace Randolph, because you did that shit too. You got on and said, hey, is this video from Jonathan Majors? Is it real or fake? Yeah, Grace Randolph, you did that too. You're going to get tied in this too. You're going to get tagged, because you should be ashamed of yourself. Because no, you didn't want to say, hey, we got new information on Jonathan Majors. You wanted to say, what is this fake? Is this fight that he had? Is that fake? Or is it real? I think it's fake. And everybody in on your thing because you want the engagement. You don't care about the truth. You don't care about this man's career. You was riding with this man until you found out that, hey, he potentially an allegation against a white woman. This is what you thought at first, because nobody knew that woman was British and Iranian. You just seen a white woman. I am so disappointed. I remember you saying, Grace Randolph, oh, I am so disappointed on where he's at right now. Oh, I'm coming from the smoke. I'm not playing. I'm coming for the smoke. So this is what pisses me off. Everybody wants to get the engagement. It's cool. I'd rather have the number of viewers that I have and speak the truth than to have thousands upon thousands of people that I influence because they come to my channel, they watch everything that I do, and then I'm spilling bullshit just for clicks and likes. That's okay though. That's okay to make sure that the black man, oh yeah, let's make fun of him because this is the time to roast somebody. Not thinking, what about this man's career? What about that? What if this man is innocent? And there's more information that proves his innocence, proves that he was a victim. Technically, Jonathan Majors is a victim of domestic violence, but that's not the narrative that y'all want to push. Y'all want to push the strong big black man went and harmed a white woman or harmed women, because y'all don't even want to put white, but I'm saying it because I'm telling you what it is. Y'all don't want to put that narrative out there. Look how women get abused every day. Protect women, because women get abused every day. I'm not saying they don't. But when you use that narrative, the information comes out and you don't change the narrative. You don't say, hey, well, wait a minute. This woman attacked him because, yes, he was texting another woman. But that don't mean she has the right to put her hands on him either. Domestic violence is only cool when it comes to women, right? But men are over there in domestic violence situations all the time. Don't get no respect. Oh, I'm coming for the smoke today. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want to hear that part, though. Now, if that man turned around and put his hands on that woman and beat the brakes off of her because she decided that she thought she was just as strong as he is, then he's wrong. So let's put everything out on the table. She shouldn't have put her hands on him either. She shouldn't have been scratching on his face, scratching all on his arm, trying to get his phone. She shouldn't have took that man's money, took that man's cars and was spending $7,000 on drinks while she went to go kick it. I thought her ass was kicked. That's okay though. She shouldn't have went right back to that man's condo and stole all this shit before going back to the UK. That's okay though, because he was texting another woman. But if she was texting another man and he would have slapped the shit out of her, he would have been an abuser. If we gonna be equal rights, let's be fair. Let's get to this. This is the other angle. Now, with all of this shit, with Jonathan Majors talking about all of this was phony, I put this on my Twitter. One, why would this man who's driving to go to In-N-Out, because technically that's In-N-Out, and let me give y'all some information. First of all, this is Hollywood High that's across the street. Anybody who's ever lived in California know when you Hollywood, you ain't got to go Hollywood. Hollywood is Hollywood. So these are people that are famous, directors, actors, you know what I'm saying? People in the industry, you know what I'm saying? People that live in that community, that's their kids. So their kids are not going to act like your typical inner city kids who are filming fights. They're trying to be down while everybody is already down. So that's why the dialogue doesn't sound right. Lose your common sense. No, it's cool because the man, look at how big the man's hat is. He looked like a train conductor. He looked like he just escaped from slavery. He looked like the hat they had on in life when they was over there digging ditches. Get that axe to pick to swing it. New York 1 and New York 2. That's the joke y'all was making. Right? That's the funny part. But ask yourself this particular question. Use this. Why would this man just let's get 2 high school kids to fight and let me come over here and be the hero? Who even make up some bull? That doesn't even sound right. Number 2, he doesn't have a PR team. Remember he dropped him? Remember how everybody gave him shit? Well, if his PR team dropped him, if his management team dropped him, he must have done something. There's another YouTuber that I don't want to say his name, who, you know what I mean, who said the same shit. Y'all remember, y'all know who I'm talking, y'all who wrote this. You ain't got to put it in the comment section. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Well, he must have done something. Oh, wait a minute. Let's pause for just a second. If his PR team, I remember watching it live, and I was disappointed in that particular YouTuber. I won't say his name. I'm not even going to give that type of energy to him. Because I ain't trying to bash the brother. But what I will say is that everybody was like, well, if his PR team, if his management team dropped him, right? He must have done something. We need to hold on for just a second because he must have done something for his PR team to drop him, for his management team to leave him at the height of everything that he's going through off an allegation. He must have done something. He must have. So again, why would this man decide, yeah, let's get 2 high schoolers together. Let's let them fight and I'm going to come in as a hero. You know how dumb that sounds? You know how stupid that sounds? And if you watch the fight, the one girl is getting the brakes beat off of her. Let's just get to this. I don't care about YouTube, whatever you... Look, the man is over here just trying to do the right thing. Now, how many times, matter of fact, y'all remember Spider-Man 2? Y'all remember when Peter Parker dumped his whole suit in the trash can in Spider-Man 2? And he was walking around and he was going to he didn't want to be Spider-Man, and he walked through the alley and he seen that person getting beat up, and instead of just doing the right thing, he was like, nah, I'm good. Jonathan Majors could have easily said, nah, I'm straight. I'm good. What do I need I don't need no more attention than what it is. But he decided to do the right thing. Again, I did this. I had 2 kids fighting in my neighborhood once, or trying to fight in my neighborhood one time. Right? This is a true story. I had 2 neighborhood kids trying to fight in my neighborhood. I said, little homies, we ain't doing that here. You know, some grown-ass man driving in his car with his phone out, trying to videotape 2 high school freshmen fighting. Grown-ass man. I said, nah, dog, we ain't doing this here. And then I gave him the final points. If you do this, and he gets mad, you beat him up. He gets mad, he comes back with his friends or whatever. And then you get jumped. Now you coming back with more people. Does the cycle not continue? Trying to speak wisdom into these young brothers so they not out here fighting and grown-ass folks up here videotaping it for clicks and likes. Somebody got to be an adult. So I'm not mad at Jonathan Majors, but you know what I'm saying, who was trying to go get something to eat. So you know what, I'm going to stop out my car and just stop a fight. Call it whatever you want to. I don't see it like that because I'm a decent human being that don't want to see 2 people beat their goddamn brains in. Let's keep going. Now, hold up. Let's keep it real. If this was a stunt, why is her hair falling back like that? If this is a stunt, If this is a stunt, why are her hair leaning back that far? If this is a stunt. Number two, I lived in LA. You know how many and then they was talking about, well, how did TMZ get there quick? TMZ is all over LA. I do guest commentary on TMZ. They're all over Hollywood Boulevard, Rodeo, Santa Monica. They're all over the place. Do you think my God, Lord have mercy. This is why I know people are sheep. Because they don't know nobody. How did TMZ get there so fast? Somebody must have sold them the footage. Or they're in Hollywood. And TMZ is all over the place. That's how they get their scoops. They literally have paparazzi and people on the streets all the time in LA. That is nothing new, especially in Hollywood. Nothing new, because you never know what celebrity you might find or what celebrity you might see. You know what I mean? So yes, it does make sense for TMZ to be on the scene. Do you think they think what TMZ is just one person? They have hundreds of people on their staff that go out and try to find celebrities all the time. Nothing new. There's nothing new. Let's continue to go, because the girl getting there, she just got her hair rocked. If this is fake, why is her hair rocked? The girl said, "Oh shit," because that's real. You know what I mean? That's real. Ain't nobody. Look at this person in the pink with her hands folded. What in the world is going on here? And you can tell these are Hollywood kids. These ain't kids from the inner city, because they're not going to be excited because somebody got their hair pulled out. Let's script this and let's pull hair. This ain't the WWE. This ain't WWE. Right? This ain't something that we gonna script this or whatever. Hell, those are real punches. It wasn't open fist, closed fist. Hair got pulled, all of that. And they're just as excited as you can be. And then he's like, clear out, go. Somebody's telling him to clear out and go. He just tried to do the right thing. Yet, everybody and their mama decided, yeah, let's make fun of this guy. Let's make fun of Jonathan Majors. Remember, this is supposed to be the person who beats women. Yeah, he stopped at school fights, right? This is supposed to be the person who was the aggressor in the situation, right? This is supposed to be that person, right? Yet he's out here breaking down school fights. Just try to be a decent human being in life. Nope. Let's paint the narrative. Let's paint a narrative. Let me get to this, and then because this person Kehoto said that they was there. Now it says it happened near the in and out inside of school during lunch. The gate was open because a car just entered. He just went into our campus. Anyways, we all think that he's goofy as hell. Everyone in school is clowning him. This is literally this is what they're saying. They think he's goofy for stopping up. You know how bad and detrimental you got to be for if you just stop a fight, you're goofy. You know what I mean? He said, and if that's not proof enough, here's the means that came out of the fight. I guess he was just walking past at the right time. World famous Hollywood high school guys. And they literally was making fun of this girl. But everybody, this is fake. This is fake. CMZ so happened to be here. Why was he even there? People ask him, why was he even there? If there's an in and out, I'm in Hollywood and I'm hungry, I'm gonna stop. That's just like when, you know what I'm saying? If I'm on Pico, if I'm driving through Pico, you think I ain't gonna stop at Roscoe's? You know what I mean? if I'm on, if I'm out, especially if I'm in LA, I'm stopping to go to Roscoe's. You know what I mean? I'm stopping to go. You know what I mean? If I'm on Pico or whatever, or what's the other Roscoe's? Forgot where the other Roscoe's is at. You know what I mean? But still, all I'm saying is that what it did was, and this is why you have to watch out how the media portrays stuff. Because why everybody was making fun of Jonathan Majors, right? Remember, everybody was making fun of Jonathan Majors. There was a particular video that slipped through the cracks that nobody wanted to talk about. Chill did. Chill got 67,000 views on Twitter for posting the right thing. You know what I mean? For posting the right information. But everybody was going in on Jonathan Majors and his hat and all of this. You know what I mean? That was to shift your narrative. That's all it is. That was to shift your narrative. And then something that Pam Entertainment said, shout out to Pam Entertainment. Hopefully I can get her on the show. She said, and I do believe this, Jonathan Majors is kind of like, he is kind of awkward. He is kind of an awkward guy. Like, even just talking to him or whatever, he seems like almost like kind of a shy kind of guy. He doesn't seem like he ain't, I ain't trying to say he like me, but I'm kind of outgoing, flamboyant, you know what I'm saying, loudmouth, whatever. And he's kind of more reserved. And shout out to SSJK Dot. I shouldn't have left this. For again, not feeding into the narrative. Not feeding into the narrative. Shout out to SSK Dot. Because what I was doing, I was just on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to him reposting this for the neighborhood talk. Showing you the alternative. The alternate version of that. When TMZ is talking to him. But listen to how Jonathan, if y'all notice,
there was an incident at In-N-Out Burger that you stepped in and stopped a fight between two young girls. What happened? Were you just trying to be a helpful guy? Yeah? Did you know the girls? You didn't know them?
School fight. I saw it. That's all.
I'm sorry, what?
School fight. I saw it.
Oh, a school fight at the Hollywood High School.
Yeah.
And you just wanted to stop and make sure that nobody got hurt? Of course. Thanks, John. Were they okay? Were they okay?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah? What can I ask what happened? They were just fighting and you just pulled them apart?
Just want to fight.
Yeah. Yeah. They're all good though.
Let me ask you a question. For a guy who sounds like that, do you think he can script up something to be like, yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and just be the hero in this situation and then let everybody clown me with my hat on and all of this? Oh, Jesus, Lord have mercy. It boggles my mind that we can't believe this black man would do the right thing. That's all I gotta say about this. I'm off of it. And let me get to some of y'all comments. Let me get to some of the comments. And then I'm gonna get to see Ahsoka because I didn't really go over episode 5 of Ahsoka. So let me talk about Ahsoka 2. I am sick the annoying mainstream agenda to ignore information. Exactly. Jonathan Major's significant other is irrelevant based on all the evidence presented. He's 100% innocent. Absolutely. Ernest Claiborne, what's going on? He said, preach. Professor Film, what's going on? He said, facts. So I'm not going to lie, though. This does look like a scripted GI PSA moment. With that being said, I've been to Cali. You'll randomly see celebrities all the time. If you're in Hollywood, you're going to see a celebrity in Hollywood. Same in NYC. Yeah. You go to Manhattan, certain parts of Manhattan, you're gonna see celebrities. I'm guessing the school guards there must have been on break. And because it's Hollywood High School, I guarantee you, these people are rich. I want people to understand. Rich people don't have the same, type of things that us inner city folks gotta have. They're not gonna have guards or whatever. The people are rich. They don't give a shit about a guard. These people go to lunch at In-N-Out. We had school lunch with we was happy if it was taco salad day with chocolate milk. You know what I mean? Come on now. Let's be real. Let's be real. Stopping a fight is being called Good Samaritan. Yeah, it's just I mean, you're just doing the right thing. He's a performing arts kid that went to Yale. He is different. I'm a performing arts kid, but I went to Wyandotte High School in KCK in the hood. You know what I mean? So yeah, my performing arts background is a little bit different than Jonathan Majors. You know what I mean? But yes, I could never be a celebrity like get out of my face like yeah, never be a celebrity like get out of my face like yeah. Exactly. We got to revolt against the Shade Room. The Shade Room is absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. They paint narratives all the time. There's nothing but division. And then have the nerves to post up something about mental health. And then have the nerves to post up, be like, oh, RIP to this person. I don't understand why people got to die when you cause major discord on your page on Instagram. Most of these so-called black-owned websites have an agenda. Exactly. They cause the confusion and then wonder why shit happens. Because they like the clicks and likes. They like getting paid from Instagram to be able to cause, dissertation and all of that. I said this a long time ago that I refuse. And when I say The Rock means refuse to engage in any niggerism that goes on like the Shade Room, anything that causes division amongst my people, I don't want no parts of it. I stopped podcasting about black empowerment and black struggle and black people in relationships and all of that because people want to get on and cause division and confusion. Thank you, D Sizzle, for that. They want to come on. They don't want the help. They want the poison. They don't want the cure. They want the poison. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to get into a relationship thing and now it's black men versus black women. I didn't want no parts of that. I didn't want to talk about black empowerment and then now it's this all this individual. Black people don't do this. Black people don't do that. Well, it's crab in the bucket. It's this, it's that. We're all fucking falling. We're all at the bottom. We're trying to climb our way out of it, but yeah, we fight amongst each other. And nobody sees that we're still at the fucking bottom. We're not climbing our way out of shit if we continue to fight amongst each other. I don't have no time for it. Yes, and can I point out certain shit that we go through? Yes, here is the cure. Let's eliminate that bullshit and let's move forward. How do we move forward? Stop fighting amongst each other. Come and understand. Come and understand this. Know that we are different, and that is okay. Know that we're going to have different opinions, and that is okay. But can we come to a common ground to unite when we need to unite, not just when it's fighting 5 white dudes? You know what I'm saying? It's jumping a black dude. Let's come together when ain't shit going on, but just us existing. How about that? That might be too much for some of y'all. That's where we need to be at. Let me get off of that because I could be on that all day. Let's get to Ahsoka episode 5. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Was the episode on Ahsoka good because it was the return of Anakin Skywalker and some nostalgia berries for Rebels and Clone Wars? Or is this show actually good in picking up? I say it's a mixture of both. I say that Ahsoka did a hell of a job by, going ahead and bringing Anakin back for that episode in the way that they brought it back. And they did something that I've been asking Marvel Studios to do. Make longer episodes that make sense. Make longer episodes that makes sense. And that's what Dave Filoni did. You know what? And Jill Burger said Ahsoka is happy again. Absolutely. Ahsoka, that episode did something that a lot of the previous episodes didn't do. And maybe that was the point. To show her trying to be all stoic and all of this, but she was missing something. You know what I'm saying? She was missing a part of what makes her her. And maybe she had that time outside of which she left, after she fought Anakin as Darth Vader in that hall, and then she got pulled between the world between worlds. She came out, literally at the same spot, and she had to go on her own for there. Maybe that was something that I missed that Dave Filoni checked. It said, yo, the reason why she's like that because she's empty. And I'm glad the show kind of gave me that. She was empty because she left, the crew. She left, I guess she was supposed to train Sabine Wren. Maybe that was on her mind. And she didn't want the attachment. And she left Anakin. So maybe that was the hole that she was trying to fill. That's probably why she was more boring and stuff like that, because she was dealing with something. But if the show didn't take the time out, Secret Invasion, this is where you can learn something, by showing us those flashbacks and then having a duel. And to me, it was within her mind. I don't believe she was in the world between worlds. I believe she was on the brink of death. And she was having a battle in her mind that the Force, I believe the Force was actually, let me take it back. Now, I want to say she was on the verge of death, but I want to say that the Force was covering her. To me, when she was in the water, that the Force was covering her. And I'm going to use, and I know y'all hate this, but when they did with Princess Leia, and they had her flying through space like Mary Poppins, but the Force was protecting her out in space, I believe that they did this similar to that. And what was going on was that she needed to get past the loss, walking away from Anakin. But again, if the episode does not show me this, then I'm just left to speculate. And God damn it, Dave Filoni, did you do a hell of a job by shutting me the fuck up? You shut me up. Because everybody was, I'm talking about, I still got people watching that Ahsoka Born video and not really understanding where I was coming from. They were pissed off at me for good reason. People love this show. And they're big Rebels and Clone Wars fans. Like, how dare you? How dare you tell me that Ahsoka's born? Your mama's born. Your channel's born. Everything that comes out of your mouth is boring. You punk some bitch. And I can't get mad at them for that. Because that's their feeling. I'm not mad at somebody's thoughts and their opinions. But I wanted to show, coming from a casual viewer. Now, my brother Rico is way more of a Star Wars fan than I am. And he was like, I think you're being a little bit too harsh. And I was like, you got to understand, I'm a casual fan who hasn't read the books. I thought Clone Wars was a kid's show, so I didn't watch Clone Wars. I watched some of Rebels. Actually, I started watching Clone Wars or whatever, season 1. And I was like, that was a lot to get through. There's a lot to get through to lead up to that point. So I didn't watch it. I'm just being honest with you. I watched some of Rebels. You know what I'm saying? But I had to go through a lot of recaps just to kind of get caught up. Like, okay, that's what makes more sense. That's this. So, I was coming from the casual viewer's point of view. But then again, I have to have the show as a casual viewer. The show has to grab my hand and let me know where I'm getting myself into. And Dave did that. Dave did that because, again, if you're coming in here and you never watched this, then how the hell are you going to know? So he did. He grabbed the hand of the casual Star Wars fan, but like, look, let me take you back in Ahsoka's past with her master, and you'll understand why that she feels a certain way about Sabine Wren. You'll see how the way she feels about Rex and different people, and you know what I'm saying, that was in that Ghost crew. You'll understand a little bit more. No, still haven't watched most of the Clone Wars. Not even gonna lie to you. So I haven't watched it enough, you know what I'm saying? Enough of that. So, because I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of Star Wars to consume for me going to work, me trying to cover this show, all of that. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'd rather be honest with you and not seem like I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a straight diehard Star Wars fan that I just know everything, and I know all this backstory, and I played all the video games, and I've read all the books, and yada yada yada. No, I'll be a liar. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that's why I said what I said. I was like, but once the show started going, and they gave us a 50-minute episode that makes sense. And you know what, Chill? Maybe I will go through and watch this after, during the time where nothing is going on. You know what I mean? I got Loki coming up, so maybe when the time I don't have anything, I'll go back and recap Clone Wars and go back and watch. Now, I did watch the first 7 episodes of Clone Wars, and that was really good. That was really good. But again, it's just going to take time for me to go back and get the rest of that and finish that off. But let me get to some of you guys' comment. And I do, it was refreshing to see now that she got peace. That was very refreshing to see Ahsoka have peace, and I think her character is now going to start picking up for me. So let me see. The show is dope to me because it's laced with classic Star Wars flavor, thanks to Dave Filoni, aka George Jr. Yeah, I could see what he's doing in it, and it started to remind me of the Empire, a little bit of the way the Empire Strikes Back, and a little bit of what Revenge of the Sith gave me. That's kind of what I start feeling with this episode 5. She remembers Ahsoka the Great and Ahsoka the White Knight. Yeah. Hell, Gandalf was pissing me off in the Lord of the Rings shit. You know what I mean? I believe that was a real Anakin. You know, it was real or not, I like the way that they produced the episode. And I like the way the CGI got hella better it went from kind of weird to almost fucking amazing. I was like, damn. And then for what I do know about what I watched from the Clone Wars and Anakin, the look and everything was so spot on. I was like, damn, this looks amazing. That's dope. That's dope. Giving their props. And the girl who played Little Gamora was young. Ahsoka was amazing. Not even gonna lie, I was so into it. I was like, damn, this is dope. I'm enjoying myself. Like, I legitimately was enjoying myself. So, yeah, I loved it. Based on specific comments he made. Okay, yeah. And it could have been. It could have been. I don't know. Maybe that fight between her and Vader, when she got put into the world between worlds after he broke the floor on her, maybe he found a way. You know, if Palpatine found a way to try to get into the world between worlds, then it would make sense for Anakin, who was his apprentice, to actually do the same thing. You know what I mean? So it could have happened. Ed Ray, you still haven't. Oh, okay. I think I got to that. Yeah. Yeah, and being honest with you, again, I I know it's been around. I know when it got on Disney Plus, everybody was like, "Yo, binge this." But at the time, it was just, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know that it was going to be. I didn't know it was canon. So that's one of the reasons why I probably did not do that. You know what I mean? I didn't know it was canon to Star Wars or whatever. I thought it was just kind of like a show or whatever. But that is something that I want to do once everything kind of slows down or whatever, because then it'd give me a lot more understanding of certain things. Like I'm playing, you know, did this show the episode of the Boondocks? But I thought it sure did. But you know, like I'm playing Jedi Fallen Order right now, so I could get kind of some understandings of certain things. You know what I mean? So yeah. Clone Wars is directly from George himself. He came up with most of the storylines. Okay. So yeah, it's something that I have to pick up. And like I said, I'm not opposed to it. I just have to have the right time. Like the way my work schedule is, especially I'm getting into a new I was in training. I'm still in training to go into a new position once the current person is retiring. Like basically, I'm I'm Anakin and I'm under Obi-Wan Kenobi right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on in my job, and they called me to work yesterday. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't really. I've dedicated my time in this training, and automotive training is automotive training, just the wordage is harder for me because I'm not good with wordage. I can know what, but I'm not going to be able to tell you what something is. You know what I mean? Certain the specifics of something. I just know what it is. Picking up a tool, yeah. I might not know the drill bit size, but I know what the hell I'm using. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a quarter because it's the look of it. Because if I see it and know it, I might not know the name. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going through right now. It's a lot of automotive body shop training that I'm doing right now. I learned how to metal finish last night or the other night. So yeah, I'm doing pretty good for myself. So yeah, I know what to look for now. And I was like, oh, okay. So when I do certain things, I know how to sand and finish and buff. Okay, I'm doing pretty good for myself. So yeah. I hear you. I just finished a job today in just 1 hour. That's why yeah. I wish I could finish the job in 1 hour, but when you work for a major corporation, you know what I'm saying, and you work, 11 hours, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. All right, let's get into some Aquaman 2. Let's get into Aquaman 2. I'm going to be real with you. I haven't seen this trailer. I haven't seen the trailer. Matter of fact, when Chill was on, I was on his live, and he was talking about go to the Aquaman video. I'm like, I haven't seen Aquaman, the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer. So let's get into Aquaman. Let's get into Aquaman 2. Look at Chill, Chill can't see this. Chill's my number one thing that as far as like the last thing I was looking up was Chill. But Chill is not my favorite YouTuber. I am. Nah. I think they're doing, but do you agree with me that they doing Jason Momoa a disservice for not really promoting this movie for real? And I'm not gonna lie, I love the first Aquaman. You know what I mean? And again, okay, Amber Heard put in the comment section, is Amber Heard is Mirror, is she came back for this movie or did they recast her? Because then it really shows me the hypocrisy in Hollywood. Jesus, just I accept that. Yeah. Oh. Oh man. Let's get to this. You're coming to your favorite YouTube channel. The film featuring the guy who should have been. I think he got the Lobo gig and he's just riding this out. That's what I believe. I believe he's Lobo. But they're just riding this out. let's go ahead and let's put this up here. In 4 days, now this is 4 days. Okay, let me just go because I haven't seen this trailer. I don't know what's going on with Aquaman. So let's. Yeah, but Amber. Okay, if Amber Heard is in this, she shouldn't be in this movie in the first place after what she did to Johnny Depp. But let me shut up. My waves is cracking. Let me got my Aquaman waves right. So let's get to it. Okay, I do like the fact that Yahya Abdul Mateen is the main antagonist of this story. I do like that. I appreciate him being the main antagonist because it's not that often that a black guy is playing a black character. Now, y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong. Is Black Manta always been a black dude ever since he debuted in like the 1960s? Has he always been a black dude? Put it in the comment section because I'm not, y'all know I'm Marvel. You know what I'm saying? See Venom. You know what I mean? But y'all let me know if he's always been a black dude because it is that I have to give him props, and I have to give DC props for pushing the black character. You know what I mean?
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Okay, coming in December. And one thing I like about Aquaman is Aquaman was very colorful. It's total distinction from this to what is it, Calican or Cuckoo Khan or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever Namor comes from. So I do like that they made a distinction in Aquaman to whatever they have in Marvel. So I do like that. You know what I'm saying? And Jason Momoa, I think Jason Momoa is a fantastic actor. Always been a big fan of his. You know what I mean? I think him and Roman Reigns needs to do a movie together, but that's just me. That's me fan casting. I know all the women would love that. Oh my God, Jason Momoa and Roman Reigns. Oh my God, why does Roman Reigns' teeth look like that? You know what I mean? But that's just my thought. But just to see the way that this looks, again, James Wan is amazing as a director, and Aquaman looks amazing. Aquaman looks amazing, and his brother's coming back. I like this, this octopus looking mechanical machine thing. I don't know what the hell that is. It is, man, it looks amazing. But I do like the simple fact that the brother is the main antagonist, playing a black. I guess you say, yeah, he's always been a brother. He said, "Hold on, let me get to that." I think Amber Heard part was drastically cut down. When I was on Twitter just earlier, it was hashtag Amber Heard was toxic, was trending. Said Black Manta about to level up. Yeah, I do like the fact that they made him the main antagonist. You know what I'm saying? Yahya Abdul Mateen should have been Black Panther. After on Recast T'Challa, we gonna do that. You can still put the hashtag down. I also believe, going back to Chill's video, I think that that's a YouTube thing now. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's a YouTube thing, not having it in the comment section, but having it in the thumbnails or in the description, because I guess it takes away from the description or something. Maybe I'm wrong, but they tried to keep Amber Heard out of the trailer. She shouldn't have been even in the movie, but recast Mira. Yeah, he's always been a brother. Okay. They said Black Panther is like the Boba Fett of DC, in my opinion. And I believe Black Manta is autistic as well. That's dope. That's actually dope. Yahya killed it in the first one. I love Yahya Abdul Mateen. Yes, look at Adventure Comments number 42. His first time without the helmet on. He's black. That's dope. What's up, Kuro? What's up? In fact, he should have been Black Panther. Yeah, I believe instead of Wonder Man, he should have been the Black Panther. He should have took over the role. To me, that's just to me. Just because he's a fantastic actor, and I believe he would have. If there's a few people that he would have automatically got the role. I know everybody's on Eldridge Hodge, but Yahya Abdul-Mateen. If anybody could have took over Chadwick immediately after that, it could have been recast. It would have been Yahya. It would have been Yahya. Nobody would have had a problem with it. Nobody would have had a problem with it. But yet, let's continue. You know what I'm saying? And I understand paying respect to Chadwick and all of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but when you do that, and you know the man died, it's still putting further distinction in casual fans' minds that they could never accept another person playing Black Panther. So to go back to Chill, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. Just let him know. I'm letting you know, Chill, you're one of my favorite YouTubers. But what it does, to go back to the video that I want you guys to go back and watch the Chill's video of today, because it's something that he said was very interesting that I agree with. If you continue to place videos like this and to uplift, like I said, I want to, pay respects to Chadwick. And I I don't have no problem with paying respects to Chadwick Boseman. I have no problems paying my respect to Chadwick Boseman. But how many videos have you seen that pays respect to Heath Ledger as Joker? How many videos that just brings it up, just the film, the videos and stuff like that, coming from the studio, coming from Warner Brothers, that is showing Heath Ledger in the videos of him? How many of the studios are paying respect, right? I mean, is Marvel Studios making a video of William Hurt, saying how much he's a fantastic actor and all of that? How many videos do you see coming out of DC that's paying respect to George and Christopher Reeves? How many videos do you have that's paying respect after the fact that this man had died, who's paying respect to the lead actor for Spartacus? The one that died of cancer? The one that got recast? How many videos do you see of that? But Marvel Studios is continuing to let you know you ain't getting another Black Panther. They continually showing you, how much they feel about you. Perfect actor right here. Let me look at this. Let me look here. This is your Black Panther right here, but let's make it Wonder Man. Let's make it Wonder Man. Right now, he's killing it in the role as Black Manta. We know that the DCEU is no longer. Now we have the DCU. Right? So now you have an opportunity to take this man who is not going to come back in the DCU. And you could have made him your new Black Panther. No. Instead of using Nathan Fillion, who James Gunn was going to use as Wonder Man, let the black dude do it. This is representation. We're showing you representation. Something that we didn't ask for that. DC did the right thing by having Yahya continue as Black Manta. They didn't try to, recast him and put a white dude. Let's show representation. So Black Manta is gonna be played by a white guy to show that we're not racist. This is the problem. And Marvel's trying to be so incredibly progressive that they're going fucking backwards with this. Instead of having a great actor take over a role that another great actor left behind, we want to be, this is our way to showing that we're progressive. Nobody really cares about, and I've said this, and now I regret saying that nobody cares about Wonder Man. Well, what What about the, you know, said the Pocket of Wonder Man fans that's out there? This is like if X-Man comes out, right? Not the X-Men, X-Man. I believe, what is he? The son of Nathan Summers, or I think X-Men is the son of Nathan Summers. But then he's black, or he's Puerto Rican, or he's some nationality that's not black. I'm gonna have a problem because I like X-Men. I think he's a dope character. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. Let me get to some of y'all comments and I'm gonna wrap this up. I knew Yaya was great from the get down. Yaya is amazing. Yaya is an amazing actor. Hold on, wait a minute. He would have been a great Black Panther. Absolutely. Would have been a great Black Panther. Amber Heard is a Caucasian female. Everyone will forgive her and pretend she isn't a villain for what she did to Johnny. Exactly. I 1000% agree with you. Excuse me. Like the Flash film was already shot, so some Amber Turd footage is in there. Yep. Chill My Gear is one of my favorite YouTubers, though. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. I knew Yaya was great for the get down. Yeah. Eldris Hodge, Yaya Madu Mateen, Desmond Ildris were my top 3 choices for a lot of people wanting T'Challa recast. Absolutely. From what I've seen, hashtags and links get deleted on larger channels. Could be it. You could be right. Like corporate ran channels. I get what you're saying. They do honor the white actors a lot more. But but they honor them by recasting them. You don't see them making videos about the studios. When the last time have you seen a Heath Ledger Joker montage to let you remember that the Joker died? You know, the actor died. When the last time have you seen that? Nolan spoke of Ledger up to his release of The Dark Knight and a little bit after that because they recast him with Jared Leto in a new Batman franchise. And then he, you know, got recast. Now they're getting ready. They just made an announcement for, you know, shout out to Emergency Awesome. Made an announcement that the Batman 2 is now going to feature the Joker, which they set up in the Batman. All these Jokers, no Black Panther. All these Batman, no Black Panther. Just saying. Tell you what they think about you. I've been an Aquaman fan since the 90s. The first film was okay, but Jason was still miscast. And I agree with. I like Jason, but to me, Jason is Lobo, most definitely. Other actors spoke of him too, but after the film was released, that was it. Can't even mention the Joker without Heath, and one of the most underrated Jokers is Kevin Michael Richards as a black man. When he had the dreads in the was it The Batman? But you know, Wonder Man's few interesting stories involve Wanda and Vision. They're both dead right now. What up, Eric Shaw's in the house? Dre, X-Men fan, huh? The X-Man. I got a few of his comments that I really like him in. You know, it's a shame. You could go get his at the dollar bin. You know, if your local comic shop has a dollar bin, there's X-Men comics in there. Look, I know you want T'Challa with his $1 billion franchise, but here, check out this Wonder Man with his 5 fans. What up, Blue? And we gonna get it in tonight, Blue. We're gonna get it in tonight. Jason was a decent Conan too. Yeah, the film, yeah, but that wasn't his fault. What up, Gator? What is going on? Gator's in the house. What is up? I liked him as Conan. I just didn't like the movie itself. The direction of the movie, it's not good. The directing of the movie was not good. But again, Yaya and Aquaman, I think this is going to be the word of mouth film. And that's going to be a shame that the word of mouth film. Well, I don't think it might not be a shame because it's like Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle was actually a really good movie. You know, it had very, you know, some really good parts in everything in that movie. You know what I mean? But it'll probably blow up on streaming. That's what I'm thinking. It'll probably blow up on streaming. But yeah. Today, I'm letting you know, I don't want to start going at, you know, YouTubers and stuff like that. But I think I will. Oh my God. Here I am live. Get my face off of that screen. Jesus Christ. Get that guy off. Man, forehead just shining. My forehead is orange because it's shining so much. Look at this. This is why I have all these thoughts in my head. Right here. It's where all the thoughts, all the crammed up thoughts come from. All the crammed up thoughts. Christmas movies don't flop. You are right. You are right. Christmas movies really don't flop. Especially around that time. Because everybody wants to go to the movies and all that. Uh-oh, cue the shotguns. And give you guys an announcement. First of all, I got 2 announcements. One, a brother's birthday is in 8 days. So we most definitely going live before I had to go to work that day. Because a brother's birthday is coming up in 8 days. The 26th is coming up. Number 2, a brother's almost monetized, y'all. So we got to make sure that once that day that I'm talking about, a brother is almost, I'm about to start giving in my Stephen A. Smith voice. A brother's almost monetized, y'all. And when a brother's monetized, we are going to party that day. Yes, we are. I don't want to tell you, I don't want to really want to give it to you like that, but let me tell you something, y'all. A brother is going to be monetized soon. And we, when it goes down, are going to party. That's what's going to happen. That's what you need to get your popcorn ready for. I don't care. I don't really care. I don't care if you got popcorn or not. But a brother is going to party. So yes, they threw almost everything but the kitchen sink in that first film, like all of Jeff Johns' Aquaman run. And like I said, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. But yeah, and a brother is almost at the 2,000 subscriber mark. Yes, let's go for obvious reasons. For obvious reasons. I love doing my Stephen A. Smith voice because me and that brother, if I lean my head back far enough, we have the same forehead. And yes, it's true. We have the same forehead. It's no problem. There's no problem, so. It's okay. But I still look good, though. I still look good. That's the unmitigated goal to say we have the same forehead. But I look good, though. I look good. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Shannon Sharp. It doesn't matter. RC. It doesn't matter. And Rex Ryan. It doesn't matter. And who comes through here? I still look good. Yes. He said, I mean, my God, stay off the weed. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. But we already know how us YouTubers, we don't get, it ain't like that. But what I will say, once you do get monetized on YouTube, they push your videos a little more. Once you hit that threshold, and now you're vested, you know what I mean? They do push you a little more. And I'd rather get the message that I'm trying to push. First of all, when I change this up, when it's honest to God's truth. Is it the timidity? What is that? Timidity? Stephen A. Mike. I have a love-hate relationship with Stephen A. But when he goes on his rants, I love it. I love it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I love it. When he goes on his rants. It's a little bit different than Skip. You know what I mean? Because it's my turn. And I go bang the table for my Dallas Cowboys. And I'm like, those Dallas Cowboys. Oh, yeah, they play real good right now. They playing real good. You know, I mean, Michael Parsons is amazing. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not kid ourselves. Michael Parsons is amazing. You know, but that Prescott, come on, it's Dak Prescott. Is Dak Prescott gonna do Dak Prescott things? We already know that. We know this. They can do everything good right now. But what are they going to do when the playoffs start? Or they're going to do something when the playoffs start? That's the only thing I need to know. When the playoffs start, we're going to see what the Dallas Cowboys going to be. We're going to see what we going to see what the Dallas Cowboys be. When the playoffs start. What have you? Oh my God. Firstly, I can't stand Stephen A. Smurf. It depends on when we talking sports, I love Stephen A. We know what's coming. We just have to wait for it. That's it. That's all. That's all. That's just all. We just gotta wait. Just wait. Cowboys are the best. When he be wearing his cowboy hat, that shit, it floors me. When he gets to trolling the Cowboys, it floors me. And I'm glad. I know this is a little off now, but I'm glad Skip has Michael Irvin and Shannon and Stephen A. is together. Oh man, Kwame Brown. Oh my God. Man, when he lets you know who a bum, they just can't play. They just bum. You're bust. That's all it is. Kwame Brown. He made Kwame back to a household name again. Kwame ain't been a household name since he got drafted. And Stephen A. made Kwame Brown a household name. Slave Mandico. Man, Diego Splitter. I liked him back in the day when he was one of the few who would defend Allen Iverson. Yeah, Allen's still my boy. But yeah. Diego Split. No, oh my God. When he let my Boston Celtics have it. When he let my Boston Celtics have it, when they just fell apart in the NBA championship, I couldn't listen to him. I had to hop off. Yeah. I actually said to myself, and I'm getting ready to let you guys go here, at the in about 9 minutes, so 1:00 my time. I actually said to myself that I'm actually going to stop saying certain things, even though I might disagree with them as far as their political stance or whatever. I actually said to myself, I'm not going to say certain things about black men no more, and black women. And even the stuff, I mean, it's a work in progress. But even referring to, my fellow black men is the N word. Even though I know the history of that word, I broke it down based on verbiage, language, and all of that. But even in that, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna refer to black people even in racial epithets or I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Just because I'd rather just leave them alone and don't even say I could disagree with you without calling you a name. And trust me, there's plenty of people that need to be on that train. Plenty of people who get on and off of that train every day. But just because I disagree with maybe your thought process doesn't mean I have to that I have to call you a name because I disagree with you. I have to listen to you. I choose to listen to you. If I want to disagree with you, I got to listen to you wholeheartedly. And at the same time, I have to make sure that I don't let emotions override logical thought. So that's one of the reasons why I chill on when it comes to fellow Black people. Now, if I'm making a point, especially when I'm looking at what corporations have done to try to be woke and progressive when there's racial undertones on there, oh, I'm gonna call that out. But when it comes to my people, I chose to not call them certain names. Jigaboo. You know what I'm saying? And all and coon and bed winch and all this other stuff. Because then I start thinking about myself, if I'm talking about progression, how does that go on? How does me calling these people these names because I don't agree with them, or they might have a different philosophy? Why don't I just disagree with them and just leave them alone? That's just me. That's just me. I understand some people do. First of all, they will sell your soul out. They will sell you out in a heartbeat. Alvin Braggs is one of them. The woman who wrote the Rolling Stones article. Shout out to, because I didn't know that was a Black woman who wrote that article. So shout out to them. And yeah, speaking of Rolling Stones, they call Henry Styles the king of pop. Now, I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem with Harry Styles. But the moniker of king of pop, and Rolling Stones always had a problem with Michael Jackson. Even though the FBI investigated Michael Jackson, didn't find anything of the ordinary for Michael Jackson. How many times that Rolling Stones wrote articles about Michael Jackson, even though he was innocent? And when the FBI investigated Michael Jackson, they didn't find anything. That automatically let me know what was up. Same thing, people talk about Bill Cosby. They got jokes, and I think this is where I'm leaning to. Everybody has jokes, especially when it comes to our people. Ain't nobody making jokes about Johnny Depp. Ain't nobody making jokes about Josh Brolin after that he beat his wife, allegedly. We don't give that same energy to white celebrities. We don't make memes and all of this stuff on white celebrities when they go through stuff. Now, I'm not talking about what anybody else does. I'm just talking about me personally, and it has to do with what Richard Pryor said when he went over to Africa for the first time, and he said, you see all these beautiful Black people in West Africa and Nigeria and all these other places. And he was like, I haven't even said the word. He said, you know what I didn't see? Niggas. He said, I didn't even think it. Wasn't even on my mind. Because I'm seeing all these beautiful Black people in a different light. It's like, I don't want to call another Black man or another person a nigga. Because until we start seeing, no matter how much these sellouts go in for attention and clout, just leave them alone. I don't give them no energy. I don't. There's a popular YouTuber that I feel like sold out completely to show that, hey, I'm over 100,000 subscribers. Hey, I was featured on this, that, and the other. I get to the red carpet events. I get to this, that, and the other. But when the heat was on for something he was pushing for, he was 10 toes down. I'm pushing for this. But then when that heat got to him and you really had to put your foot down on what you believe, no. I'm out of here. I'm out. I'd rather go with the corporation because this is a little too much for me. And I thought it was gonna be, I thought this was gonna be dope. And I'm for black people. And a lot of people are like that. They for black people until the heat, into either the money comes or the heat gets turned on. And then you really get to see their true colors. If money's involved, you get to see their true colors. Muhammad Ali said it best. I could be able to have this yacht out here. This could be my yacht right here. But if that means that I have to stop talking about the oppression of my people, damn that yacht. If I got to stop talking about the woman who was raped in my neighborhood, damn that yacht. We don't have a lot of Muhammad Ali's out here. We don't have people to be like, damn this money, damn your red carpet, damn, these invitations, damn all these sponsorships, because there's something bigger going on. And I'd rather stand for the shit that goes on that affects my people than your money. Ain't nobody doing that because they tell you to go chase the bag. They don't say, yeah, let's go ahead and make sure that the thing I'm fighting for black people, because black representation matters. I don't care nothing about your sponsorship. I don't care. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be real with you. I make good money. I don't need YouTube's money for real. I make really good money. I don't need YouTube's money. But I do this because I care. I care about comic books. I love, comic book movies and all of that. But when it comes to something like Recast T'Challa, or when it comes to Play as T'Challa, hashtag Play as T'Challa, hashtag Recast T'Challa, I see the significance because I see my people that have a lack of their hero in these these places. They get so caught up in, let me try to be woke and progressive, and they'll blackwash your character, right? But that's not progression. Having our character live on is progression. So I'm going to fight for that. I don't care nothing about your red carpet. If you don't understand my fight, if you don't understand why I'm screaming this and why I'm there for this, why there's other people that are there for this that want to be 10 toes down. I don't give a fuck about your money. I don't care. I honestly don't. Even if I did make good money, I was broke before I did this, and I'm going to be broke without it. Be broke afterwards. So I don't care. But if I'm willing to not fight for what I believe in, I can come and rah this and this and the other. I can make this video after video, and I can have these celebrities, and I can talk to this, that, and the other. If I'm not down when the heat is on, how was I really down in the first place? If somebody tell me that, hey, won't you just come to my events? When I invite you here, when I invite you there, let me do all of this stuff to distract you from your real mission, your real mission. That was I really down in the first place? That's the way that I look at this. You can go get you you can go be on Patreon. If trying to avoid, the corporates and you want to make money, you got to follow it. Go on Patreon. I'm going to pay for your Patreon. But some people ain't built like that. We don't have a lot of Muhammad Ali's. We have a lot of people who just talk in black. And this is the reason why I stopped talking about black empowerment. Because people use black people as a come up. I had this video, and I'm about to let y'all go. Because this is real, and I want y'all to see the significance of this. Black people that's listening to me, by the sound of my voice, your trauma is their come up. Let me reiterate this, and let me say it again. Your trauma is their come up. This is other black people. They will use your trauma, the things that we go through, the heartaches and stuff like that. Yes, are we in the 1950s and 60s? Are we going through Jim Crow? Are we going through Reconstruction? Are we going through separate but equal? No. We don't go through the same things that my grandmother and my great grandmothers went through. We don't even go through some of the things that my mom went through with redlining and all of that in LA, in Compton and Watts and all of that. We don't have to go through that. But the struggle to be heard, especially in this space, especially in the nerd space, you know what I'm saying? Well, we're not selling out to get to 100,000 subscribers. I'm not selling out. You know what I'm saying? To be a part of something, to use black people as a stepping board. And then once I use black people, I'm out. I'm not doing that. By the sound of my voice, I'm going to be down for you because you're not my stepping stone. I didn't want to get into that space where I'm like, black power, black power, black power, and all of this and not another. And somebody be like, hey, won't you start talking about this and we'll work out some financial compensation for you. That's selling out. Somebody mentioned Jason Whitlock in the comments. And Jason Whitlock was worked for the Kansas City Sharp for years. I met Jason Whitlock personally. You know what I mean? I could say a lot about Jason. I just don't give him the energy. And I don't want to just get into the habit of saying negative things about black men. There's one I'm talking about right now. I do not want to say his name at all. Yep, you're right. And Jason Whitlock, yeah. All aboard. Yeah, Blues House. Yeah. I know I can't disagree with a position or opinion, but not the people. I just don't fool with the people no more. I just want to stay on code. The reason why I want to stay on code, it's really called staying on code. Because I don't want to get into this space and continuously have my white counterparts come in here and destroying another black man or another black woman. I don't even want to give them that power. I'm taking that power back. I could disagree with them. I just won't even fool with you. But I'm taking that power back. Ain't no way you gonna be like, hey, I do the TMZ thing and stuff like that. Ain't no way in hell you gonna get me to go on here and start talking negative about another black man in here. I'm staying on code, whether I agree with him or not. Selling out has always been the gateway drug. Yep. But I don't care. I'm still going to use people colorless. I think that's hilarious. Wow, I do. He didn't earn that. You know? Like I said, I'm just talking about, where I'm starting to get at mentally. Top rappers, top singers lists are always off. He said, here we go. Let's get into the spice. It's even harder to watch Cuz show now. Yeah. Yep. You know it. Blackwashing is nasty. Absolutely. That's not representation either. That's checkbox diversity. If you want a good example of it, remember Samuel L. Jackson in the prequels. What was really his impact besides just being there? I kind of don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you because I'm like, what is Mace Windu's significance afterwards? Ed Gray, Sam campaigned to be the TPM. So George created the character for him. At the end of the day, he was going to die like the rest, not named okay, I could see that. From D Sizzle. He could have done more than just a bare minimum in his role. I see the similarities with Sam Wilson and Rhodey. And you're just talking about it, and I get what you're saying, Gray. You're tired of black people just being the sidekick characters too. And being honest with you, Blue, I don't watch Dude no more. I just left him alone. I just left him on. Oh, the Phantom Menace. I don't know why. I don't know why I. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go watch that today. I need to cut my grass. I need to go watch the Phantom Menace. But yeah, I'm I just don't want to. I just it's disappointing. That particular part, he's another he should not be named. Instead of Lord Voldemort, hold up. What's the oh god damn. Peter Pettigrew. That's gonna be his name. He's gonna be Peter Pettigrew. Pettigrew. Is it Pettigrew? Pettigrew? I'm gonna just nickname him Peter P. That's what I'm gonna nickname him, Peter P. I think it's Peter Pettigrew. That he was whatchamacallit rat, and it found out that he was part of part of Voldemort's team anyway. That's not Peter Pettigrew. Is it? Damn. Hold up. I forgot dude's name. I forgot his name. But yeah, I think it is Peter. But yeah, that's why I'm gonna start naming dude. Because I would have never, ever thought. Ever thought. No, he who shall not be named. That title goes to the writer of the Black Panther comic that we just got out of, and Dr. Eve Ewan, you know what I'm saying, has to restore and rebuild. So he should not. He now I can man. I mean I'm gonna sound like Uncle Ruckus if I start talking about him. No, it's not Tom. Tom Riddle. Tom Riddle is is Voldemort. You know what I'm saying? But Lord Voldemort, that title goes to the writer of the Black Panther comics for 15 issues who completely destroyed him. Mace Legacy is he trained Depa Billabong. She trained Kanan. He trained Ezra. Oh, okay. I can see that. But yeah, the other YouTuber that I don't watch anymore, disappointed. He's the dude who we found. He was a rat. You know what I'm saying? He turned into the person and what was that? It wasn't Prisoner of Azkaban, or was it at the end of Prisoner of Azkaban? I ain't seen no Harry Potter in a minute. But yeah, that's who that is, man. It's just. Like I said, I don't even engage in do show, you know what I'm saying, and nothing no more. It's no use. No use. But enough of that. Let's wrap this up. My forehead is I'm hungry too. I'm most definitely hungry right now, man. All I had, man, and because I've been working, brother been working it out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, so me and Chillmonger, you know what I'm saying, could meet at WrestleMania, you know what I'm saying, for the 24/7 championship, you know what I'm saying? Hey, could you imagine? I wanted to be a wrestler. I'm not lying. I wanted to be a wrestler but I was so skinny. I was so afraid of getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like hurt for real. But I wanted to be a wrestler for a minute though. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't know if anybody is checking up on wrestling, but for The Rock being in Colorado, you know what I'm saying, laying the smack it down on Austin Theory, I have a strong feeling. Roman Reigns, The Rock, next WrestleMania, they already called it on The Rock show. You know what I'm saying? I can see Roman Reigns versus The Rock. You know what I'm saying? If Roman beats The Rock though, man, I don't know. If they, you know what I'm saying? If they pull this right, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he ain't my boy Stone Cold, but yeah, I'm talking.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
Gotta wrap that shit up, B. Gotta wrap it up. But yeah, it's gonna be man, first of all, I'm 170 pounds. I'm not hitting 400 pounds. Not hitting 400 pounds. That's you for one. No, I'm not doing 400 pounds. Like I said, I'm trying to hit the 270 mark. But I got to get out of here though. I thank you guys for tuning in to this live. I wish I could just give you guys more lives at 11 o'clock, but I can't. Just work schedule, kids, family, all of that. So, but I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Peace. Vibe higher. Let's get out of here. Where my outro at, man? Let's get out of here. And don't forget to turn it to the Blurred AF, 7 o'clock Central Time tonight. Blue, Mika G, and yours truly, Hinkle McCrinkleberry. So let me get out of here, y'all. Peace to all of y'all, man. Again, I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in with me and checking in with me and all of that. You know what I mean? Let's get to 2,000 subscribers and let's have a party. Get out of here. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.